We have the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030, and most of them are relying actually on infrastructure. For example, you have SDG number 6 about water, have a reliable and affordable and clean water for the population, for example. Then we have SDG 7 on energy, SDG 11. All this is related to infrastructure, and we have a big financial gap between what needs to be done in terms of investment. We need to invest 6.3 trillion a year to reach the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. So we are not there at the moment, and there is this huge financial gap. So that's a key reason why we are developing the FAST-Infra Label. So 70% at the moment of the investment are done in developed countries. So when I was talking about these numbers, like 6.3 trillion, this is mainly invested in countries that have already benefiting from a great infrastructure. So there needs to be a shift towards emerging markets and developing economies. And especially like the FAST-Infra Label was initiated for this reason. So investors from the private sectors, they wanted to have a label that enables them to invest with confidence, because these countries are perceived as more risky. So the FAST-Infra Label enables to identify secure projects for them that are not as risky as they think they are. The label is built in a way that it's not reinventing the wheel, so we are not adding a new standard and a new label on the market, but we are building up on existing standard framework principle. At the very first time when these private investors looked at the market, they identified 25 plus standards, labels, frameworks existing on the market, mapped them and used them to build the FAST-Infra label. Now the latest version of the framework has been improved in terms of user friendliness. So based on the comments of the public consultation, but not only, we reduced the burden and reduced the number of indicators. We strengthened up some of the indicators. We increased the number of dependencies between indicators, so that one doesn't need to answer all the indicators if it has, for example, put a yes on a parent indicator. The first of all is that you will know how your project should be to be sustainable and resilient and regenerative. Second, it will enable, if you have the label, to show to investors that you have this label that's interesting for investors, because then they will know, okay, this is a less risky investment. Third, it will give you access to that finance, because being able to show that you have the label, we have a lot of investors that are interested in projects having the label, that gives you access to that finance. One opportunity to learn more about the label, the FAST-Infra Label, is to take part to our webinar that we will organize on May 14th. So there will be different stakeholders of the FAST-Infra Label. This will be an opportunity for you to learn how to register, how you can get the label. You will be able to ask more questions and have different inputs from the secretariat, from also the steering committee member, from a project developer and investors.